This is Glenmuir Rannoch. He's going to be the new daddy horse on the farm next year. Isn't he lovely? I'm about to show you a little tiny nest that's inside this bush. Let's have a look. Can you see that they've used a horsehair from Rannoch to line their nest to make it nice and cosy for their eggs and little chicks? Beautiful. Boys and girls, we've got to be quiet. We've just seen two hares running across the field. Do you see them? I think the other one's about to go. They've got white tails like the deer to warn other hares that there's some danger lurking. Do you remember we had a look at the hawthorn quite a few weeks ago now, and there was leaves out but no flowers? Well, I thought we'd better come back and let you see the flowers on the hawthorn, and when the flowers are past we'll begin to see berries appear after that. These are the lovely leaves on the hawthorn tree, and as you can see, the beautiful flowers have now come out. Lovely. Some of the hawthorn has thousands of flowers on it. Can you see that? Beautiful. Do you remember the ash tree that we looked at, and there were really, really big ones? Well, the seeds have started coming out in them now. These are called ash keys. So I thought we'd have a look now. We need to look above us. Do you see how the leaves on the ash tree are in little couplets of leaves, making up one leaf? Well, the seeds, the ash keys, look just like this. They're a little bit similar to the helicopters from the sycamore tree. And there they are there. They grow in beautiful bundles, and then the wind helps carry them to the ground. Do you notice the fluffy catkins and how the wind is blowing the seeds from them? And actually they've ended up being stuck in the spider web that we were looking at the other day. The flowers have also come out on the rowan tree. The rowan leaves look a bit like the ash leaves we've just seen. Soon the flowers will turn into nice red berries. I promised I would bring you back to Farmer William's deciduous forest when the leaves were out on the trees, and I think you'll agree with me, it's absolutely stunning. Isn't the light pretty, shining through the branches? Can you hear all the little birds singing? Boys and girls, as you know, I am a very proud borderer. That's where I grew up. And over the years, I've told you lots of stories, tried to sing you some of the songs, and told you some of poems about borderers and about the borders. Well, I don't think I've ever shared this one. It was written by Will H. Ogilvie, and it was written near a town in the borders called Roberton. And beneath Roberton, there is a hill road. And there's a water or river called the River Ale. And the poem was called The Hill Road to Roberton. Ale water at our feet, and grey hills and blue hills that melt away and meet, with cotton flowers that wave to us, and lone whops that call, and over all the border mist, the soft mist over all. Let oil nor steam nor wings of dream deprive us of our own, the wide world for a kingdom, the saddle for a throne. The next time you come across some hills and you're gazing out at them, I want you to try and see if you can see what colours you can see, and indeed what wildlife is around it. The leaves have come out on this young oak tree. Aren't they pretty? Now the seeds of the oak tree are acorns. They've not grown yet, but I'll bring you back here and we can have a look at the acorns later on. The flowers have begun to come out on the vetch now. Now they're not always yellow, sometimes you get blue ones too. Aren't they lovely? Having different sorts of grasses on the farm is a really good thing. And whilst we've been thinking about some of the different seeds that have appeared on the trees, I thought we could also have a look at some of the different seeds on the grasses. They're all very different and really fascinating when you begin to notice them. The next time you're out, why don't you have a look at what seeds you can see on the grasses around Girvan?
Hi kids, how you doing? Just thought you might like to see this. This plant here is called an Aaron's rod. That's a name out of the Bible. The other name for it is a Scottish name, and it's called a Cuddy's lug, due to the fact that the leaves are shaped like the ear of a donkey, and they're very furry as well, like a donkey's ear. If you move in a little closer, you'll see all the wee hairs on them. They're covered in a sort of fur. And cuddy is Scottish for donkey, and that's what this is. It's a lovely plant, and this will grow to about 2.5, sometimes 3 metres tall, with a great big yellow flower in the top.
The spiky thistle is the symbol of Scotland, and as you can see, the beautiful flowers have just come out on them. These are 2 of the boy horses we've got on the farm, Glenmuir Doon and Glenmuir Hugo. Aren't they fabulous? Hugo was last year's foal. This is Ben, the farm stallion. He's the daddy of the little foals that we met last night. Isn't he fabulous?